receiving your content. Audience will get ready in a moment. And then they can see me. And then stuff will happen. Oh hey, it's me. I'm streaming. And if I do this, in like 20 seconds it'll show up on the screen and be like, woo. I think. Oh look, I wiggled on the screen. Ain't that neat? Okay, welcome to Dungeons on a Dime InDesign editing. Ta-da! This is what I'm working on today. I've got a meeting at 12, which is why this is at 11 till 12, not 12 till 2, like the other stuff I'm going to be doing this week. Yeah, honestly, lockdown is such a drag. Long term, super boring, tiring. It just takes it all out of me. So I'm hoping with InDesign. Why are you being like this? Why you gotta be like this? Come on. There we go. I'm hoping that by doing some live streaming, I can con myself into doing more work, and then you guys can see how I do it, what problems I'm facing, and generally the whole kit caboodle, capaddle, fit fat foodle, vajazzle. So yeah, this week I am working on, well, the next few weeks I'm working on a bunch of stuff, but I'm going to write it in headers. So today I'm doing the GM screen, as you can see from my Kickstarter, and then on Saturday, what day would it be? That's a big question. It would be the 16th. Saturday 16th, 12 to 2, it's going to be Ida Jensen and myself. I'm going to be working on some projects. She's going to be drawing. We're going to be hanging out. It's going to be cool. And then the next Wednesday, which will be the 20th, I can look at calendars. Also 12 till 2, it'll be me and Atlanta Pritchard Barrett with 2 R's and 2 T's. And yeah, she's also an illustrator for In the Red. And she's going to be doing her own projects, and we're just going to be chatting and hanging out. I'm going to be doing probably more editing in InDesign, or possibly some writing of resources for the Patreon June release. And then on the next, maybe did I say it's Wednesday or did I say Saturday? I think I might have said either the Saturday or the Wednesday. Let me check my Patreon. I posted there first, and like the real organised person I am, I've forgotten. So let me check. Posts. I'm using a phone. This is big brain stuff. Alright, so afternoon live stream. Yeah, so I said Saturday. Then the next Saturday, 12 to 2, which is the 26th. Presumably. No, it can't be. It isn't, it's the 23rd. 23rd. 12 till 2. It'll be me, myself, and I will be answering Patreon questions from my $10 tier, just discussing anything they want me to talk about, and about campaigns and resources and stuff like that, and probably some more writing. I might be drawing maps, location maps and battle maps for the next month on Patreon, and generally just having a gander. But yeah, so that's what I'm doing today. So it's going to be a short 40-50 minutes of me looking at InDesign. Yes, and no music this time because I did streaming with music the time before, and I couldn't post it anywhere because copyright. Rookie mistake. I had had coffee, but clearly not enough. So this is me pouring coffee because this black go-go juice is literally the only thing keeping me together. Whee! Oh, I wonder how you are all doing today, because I mean, everyone's talking about how lockdown is gross, and everyone's been saying that line in various iterations, maybe the past 8 weeks. So let's reframe the conversation. What are you excited about to be working on or doing at work? Or what are you enjoying not doing at work? That sort of thing. That'd be, yeah. Tell me what you're doing in the comments, and I will most likely love it. Yeah, this is the InDesign document for the GM screen, as you can see here. Come on, high quality. Yes, there we go. And we have got some lovely art. Why are you really big? Oh. It's not really big, it just is what it is. I thought they had legs. Not that I'm complaining. I just thought they had legs. I honestly did. I'm pretty sure they do. Is this cropped for some reason? Going into my files and checking. So this illustration here is by this doohickey, this thingy-majig, is by Charlie Ferguson Avery. His name is here. Cool dude. He did a really, really cool little spot illustration for me to fill the space, which I had. I didn't really want any more information to be on the table. I just wanted like a nice motivational message, and he's been really supportive of Dungeons on a Dime as a fan, so it's really nice to work with him and have that confidence and just be like, oh, it's cute, you got this. So I'm going to go to my files. I'm very organized with how I keep all of my files, but the system is evolving every month, so I have like a bajillion folders of stuff. Right. Dungeons on a Dime, Dungeons on a Dime quests, quest 1 in the red, Kickstarter stretch goals, DM screen, DOAD spot. I was wrong. They don't have legs. I haven't looked in this in like 3-4 weeks. I've been trying to find a new source for the screen, as no one in the UK will want to print it. Apparently they can't print anything this large, so I'm going to a European printer who are really cool. Were recommended to me by Necrotic Gnome, who does some neat stuff too. However, they can only do 990 by 210 in size. So this is 990, and you can see this is where 1080 would have gone to, which is the original size of the screen. So we're chopping off like about 100 millimeters, which is not a lot in the scale of things, but it does mean everything's going to have to squish a bit, so we're going to have to reorganize and reconsider things. So, computer's slowing down because it's massive file. This is a huge, huge poster piece of artwork by Alexander Sands. Alex Sands. He's cool too. So the first thing I'm going to do, classic trick. I say classic as if I'm intelligent and know what I'm doing. To shrink things on a page is to reduce text size. That gives you more workability with everything. So you can see here that everything's just shimmed in a little bit. I have what are called nested paragraph styles. So in theory, if I change the master style, so body indent, which is the main basic font, then everything else changes. Body indent, woo! And then I'm going to go to here, and I want to decrease the leading as well. Leading is the gaps between the sentences. Okay. Will that update to everybody? This is the question. What are your formats? It has! Woo! So, Yeah, and then obviously I say obviously, it's not obvious. I've got issues where sometimes I've applied, I've taken in I don't even know, it's V&A. What is it called? Tracking. So basically, it's the space between each letter. So if leading is in between each sentence, then the tracking is in between each letter horizontally. So you can see here, if I decrease it mega, it goes squish. And no one likes that. It's not readable. But sometimes doing it by like just squishing it a little bit means you can fit a sentence up a line and makes everything look nice and doesn't actually change the readability of the text. Hang on, let me just bam. But it does mean that I've made an edit to the style, which in turn means it's no longer adhering to the general standard, which means when I make a change to everything, it doesn't update it because it doesn't know if I want it to or not. So I have to go through and be like, yes, I do want this to update. No, I don't want this to update. Okie dokie. So what I'm doing here, big change for the screen, is it's not going to be folded into 4, it's going to be folded into 3. And I guess what I want to do is try and figure out what information I want in different parts of the screen. Originally it was in fourths. So you could see here that each board had a specific theme to it. So over here you had purely city-based resources. Over here you had more generic maths tables, and then some rules that were related. So like if you're dealing with walls and barriers, then you want to know what cover is in 5th edition. And then over here it was more generic improvising and 5th edition rules. And then here it's just 5th edition rules that aren't necessarily related to anything. So it was like 5th edition on the right, purely city on the left, and they kind of blended in the middle. But now that it's squished a little bit and I'm putting it into thirds, I'm going to have to think about where I put everything. So first of all, we had this initiative tracker at the top, which is neat. However, I kind of don't want it going over a corner. So I'm going to see what it's like if I squish it. So I do this and that. And that, and that, and that, and that, and that, and that, and that. And then if I do that and that. I'm just trying to keep them in order when I realign them. It doesn't matter where they are right now. I might also take off, say, the negative numbers that I had, because they're very rare fringe cases that you get negative initiative or positive initiative. Got to try real hard. Okay, if I just squish these in a little bit more. Ta-da! I love the properties panel. It's the best update that InDesign / Adobe has done in the whole time I've used it. Oh, excuse me. I don't want you in there. Goodbye, initiative. Because basically it's all of the tools in one place and it's contextual and it's smart and I love it. It's great. It means that I don't have to remember where a bajillion things are and seem dumb while I do it. So, honestly, that looks a bit squished because that's going to be 330 millimeters. Let me see how big that's going to be. So this is a meter. Yes, this is 100 centimeters. This is how long it was going to be. Wiggling. It's bigger than the screen. So like, yeah, this is a meter. This is 100 centimeters. It was going to be this and a little bit extra, fully unfolded. Now it's going to be 990, which is here. So it's going to be this wide. So 330 is here. And having 0 to 25? I mean, that's pretty much a little bit less than a centimeter between each of them. And I feel like that's going to be quite tight if you have trackers. If you've got like 6 characters in space, no, that's not going to work. Cool. So I'm going to take out the negative numbers and see how that fits. Because ultimately, if someone's got... Oh, what the heck just... Oh, I hit page down. Because ultimately, if all of these numbers... Like, if you get negative initiative, you can just put them a bit further down. You're like, yeah, you're last. No one's ever going to get -2 initiative twice. Yeah. Excuse me. So the one thing I don't like is that if you hover over like a text field, it can scroll it. And I've got very poor hand-eye coordination when it comes to doing my stuff. Okay. It's a little bit less crushed. I might just do like a 20 plus. I mean, it could go over the fold, but I like the idea, like, the whole point is that the fold is there and then it sees out. What if you've got multiple people on the same initiative? Like, you can get players complaining, being like, oh, you've got me on 17, but actually I'm a 19. Oh yeah, well, the 19's already full. Yeah. Okay. I'll just put like a 20 plus. And then I go, ooh. Yeah, that's balanced. That's thrashed out. And I'm just going to take off the tags because no one really needs them. Right, and then I need to... Oh, this could be annoying. I got this. This is all in the same layer because that's not going to be fun. I'm going to go there. I hate the colours they use. I love dark colours that I can easily see. Bright colours make my eyes hurt. It's strange to see them because I'm blind as hell. Art. Boop. Right. Okay. You get deleted, and you get deleted. And then I'm going to swap these around. And I know there is probably a way to swap the order of these, but I'm dumb, and I don't know it. And I'm not going to look it up, because it's faster right now just to drag them. Excuse you. The reason I have to swap them around is that obviously people are going to see these in a different order. If you've got like 1 to 20 and you flip it, you can't have like 1 to 20 and 1 to 20 because then the 1 will be on the 20 and the 20 will be on the 1. So you've got to swap the order of them so that when you turn it round, it's still the right way round. What have I done? Oh god, I'm an idiot. I'm a big idiot. So that was an exercise in what you should do, but guess what? I already done it. Brian's an idiot. Brian is a big, dumb idiot. Yeah, that swaps. The 1 looks like it's going to be on the 20, but when this is printed, this is the front, this is the back. So if you flip this onto this, the 1 will match the 1. Right. Big himbo energy. Okay. And actually, just to make sure that they're all on the same thing, I'm gonna, excuse you, get on the thing. Okay, you're not getting on the thing, but that's okay, you do you. I'm gonna arbitrarily decide that they're on near the fold, because no, they shouldn't be near the fold. I guess it's dark. Okay, the inside the bleed of the fold, because this is the fold line, this is a third, and then this is 5 mils either side. Ta-da. Perfect. Oh yeah, this big bleed, I'm clarifying that with the printer. They sent over their recommended template, which I asked for because I thought, what do you want me to print or get ready for you so it can be cut well? And they asked that I give it a 20mm bleed. Normally a bleed is 3 or 4mm because it's overprint and you cut down and it looks perfect. 20mm is excessive, so I'm 90% sure it's going to be 3mm, which is what that looks like. Okay, and if I do that, and I do that, and I go like that, then everybody's happy and the children are screaming and with joy in the street. Screaming with joy. Love it. Earth on little pink line, everybody's happy. Ta-da! DM screen. I just love this illustration by Alex. There's just so much going on. It's what I want out of a DM screen. I feel like DM screens should have lots of different little things happening so that when your eye's wandering or you need inspiration as a player, you kind of look at this and you go, oh, there's a little city and oh, there's knights. And honestly, my favourite part is the knights here and their anti-dragon league and the dragon over here. This is like a meme. This is the knights are like, no, you got it in, dragon, fire the city. And the dragon's like, fire goes scorch. I love it. Also, I'm aware that I speak very quickly, so I am trying my best to slow down how I speak. Probably going to get a post-it note and stick it on my forehead that says, slow down. You guys play any exciting games today? I am. Should be 21? Yeah, because it's 21 and above. I am playing with Atlanta today, actually, and Ver, one of the illustrators. Is there a print? I don't know if you can see it. Is it? What point? Is it? Can you see that? Okay, I'm just gonna get it. Ver's a cool illustrator. As is Atlanta, no shade. Ver did this exclusive print for the Kickstarter. Looks gorgeous and delicious. This is one of the main characters, Jan, who Ver fell in love with and had a big influence on the character's redesign in the updated book. And this is one of Atlanta's prints. So these are both Risograph, and this is just a lovely message. You cannot slay me. Yeah. But I'm playing a playtest game with them of this new moral bearing system, which I've talked about a little bit online before. And that's been good fun, honestly. Right, so but the best way that I'm going to do this is I'm going to save this. And honestly, I'm going to, for my own hard drive's sake, I can just turn it off. Duh. And I can just, yay! Okay, cool. Sorry if that made anyone a little bit dizzy. I was just like, everything's slowing down because this stupid artwork. Right, so I'm gonna say those go there. Those go there. That's the middle portion of. Oh, excuse you. No, it said excuse you. How dare you? I select all of you. Those in the middle, and these are the rules that are going to be going here. So we're going to have to figure out how this all fits together. And I cannot have a bend. Bends are bad. Bends the devil. Maybe concentration will go here. Maybe this illustration. Right, let's try and get this all appropriately squished. Cool. These icons are really fun to draw. all content needs to be within this like pink border. That's my own mission. Right. So if I could just do this, how much will this make bits of text go? Okay, that's where the text starts to go all sad. Boop. Okay. And again, this is where I fiddle with the tracking. Oh, that's already at -30. See, that starts to get too squished. So I might take that up and then just be like, it's big. I've got to deal with it. This has no squishing on the tracking. So you see, like, just a -10 there, and I just get that little word in, and then suddenly the whole thing fits. So I might do this. I might just take this down to an 8, and then squish a little bit, and then it fits. It's not perfect, but the point is getting all of the rules there for people. I'm going to put the word automatically if I've got the space for it. Automatically fail strength and dexterity saving throws. Yeah. So what I'm doing here is I'm bolding specific times. You have disadvantage. I don't know. I'm maybe inconsistent there. You have disadvantage on ability checks. No, I'm not gonna. How dare you, Brian? Actually, no. I think it's easier if I'm bolding it. See, I'm a bold queen. I love bolding. Bolding is my jam, but I know I do it too much. I know it's just shrunk all the. Oh, damn it. Okay. Right. If I do this, right. I do this. This, because it's basically, if you have things grouped together in frames, then it shrinks where the artwork is, which is not kosher. Not a good thing. Excuse me, I didn't ask you to do that. So if I take the now shrunk text, ooh, I have a feedback meeting at 12 o'clock. Ta-da! Then everything's all groovy gravy, movie mavy. Okay. And then I can go back, oh, excuse you, go back and individually line these back up. Go group, and group, and group, and group. Surprise, I'm going to group it again. I love doing little icons. I'm not great at drawing people. I'm really good with, I say really good, toot my own horn. I like to do objective drawings. Objective? Figurative? I think figurative is people. I went to art school, doesn't mean I learned anything. That's a lie, I learned a lot. Boop. That one. Okay, you've already got the squish on, so I might just take you down and then up your squish. Technical terms. See, this is where it gets complicated. If I start bolding everything, then it loses its aid, because then everything's a mess. No. Okay, I'm not bolding terms. I'm not doing it. I'm only bolding specifically other things. Why are you like this? Mm. Okay, cool. I'm only specifically bolding other conditions because incapacitated is a condition. So if you're paralyzed or petrified, you're incapacitated, and that's a thing. Neat, cool, great, fab. You have been squished. Is there a way that I can... Just a little bit more squish. Just a little more. We all love a little bit of squish. Cool. Conditions. Because I feel on the original DM screen... How did it about... It's probably over here somewhere. I say the original DM screen, they actually had to re-release it because the first DM screen they made was atrocious. Useless. Half of it was just... It was a name generator. One whole board was a name generator. Names are such an important part of setting, and the names that came out of it were just gibberish. But this is the GM screen, and the conditions on here take up 2 of 3 boards. Like, it is here, here, and here. All of that is conditions, and I feel ultimately it's not that helpful, and they don't come up that much. If they do come up, then you do need to look them up, but they don't come up that much in play that you need to have them right in front of you, center of the board the whole time. So I feel it's important to have them, but they're not as important as other information. Yeah. Oh, that's a question. Why are you basic paragraph? I did not ask you to be basic. You're not basic. You're advanced. I believe in you. Are these really the same size? I have my doubts. If I'm using no span, it doesn't put the gap in. I'm gonna have to put that gap back in myself. I'm gonna have to, gosh darn it, do it myself. This is what the danger of fiddling with stuff and be like, oh, I'll do it now, it'll be fine. Is when I have to edit this again, I'll come back and be like, why is this like this? Brian, why did you do this? How dare you do something like this? Because that's now against this star. You can see it's got a little plus. That now doesn't match up, which I think is fine. But future Brian will be like, oh, you idiot. You fool. Squish. Okay, can I... let's take it too far. Okay, so I go disadvantage. Dot. A little dot. See, this means I can then reduce that, and it's a lot of fun. And everybody's happy. I'm probably not going to get away with... No, not getting away with that. Okay. Let's see how far I can go to get 2 lines out of it. Oh, it is reduced. Come on. There. Okay, so maybe I can actually spell disadvantage out then. Disadvantage. Ooh, that E was just enough. Okay, cool. Plop. Exhaustion. Again, I don't. Oh, these aren't linked together. Brian is a smart cookie, or maybe a lazy cookie. Honestly, jury is out. Right, it's that top line that just needs to... Cool. And then I go over, and I go. Neat. I'll figure out where to put that. See, I was going to put it on the actual screen with the artwork, but I feel that it distracted. I already have these massive banners of like actions and reactions and bonus actions that players can take, and I don't think it would be that useful having the name there when I could have it on the other side of the screen. Like, I don't want to take away from the artwork by having a big like, oh. Though I did see another indie press was putting the names of if this is like the gutter of the page, they were putting the names in a small sort of like light brown font that matched with the kind of the rough page text we're using, sort of like there, and so it was vertical, and that was really nice. So if you had like an illustration on the page, then it had the names of the people who did it there in the gutter. Not in the gutter, but near the gutter, which I thought was a nice touch. I thought that was neat. Right. Yeah, that's a question. Oh, do I want to... This is a big space, and something... Right, I'm gonna take this and pop it there. Also, question, why are you bold? No one asked you to be bold. None. You just decided to be bold? That's... Oof. Sweaty, that is not a good look. Using walk speed. Swim using walk speed. That's the important definition here. Oh, excuse you, there is a space. Using walk speed. And I'm going to make this paragraph, character styles, italics, love italics. Italics are great. Yeah, that looks fine. What's going to go there? We could have the illustration. It's a nice square spot that I don't necessarily think any bit of information easily fits in. I'm good at setting DCs and chapters. No, that doesn't really fit with this bit. This bit isn't numbers, this bit's stats. So, yeah. You got this, because you do. You do got this. You're going to be great. When you run your game, everyone's going to have fun, people are going to enjoy it, you're going to have a good time, I'm going to have a good time because you're having a good time. We're all going to be having a good time. Now, could I be putting these here like this? And loving it. Or will it not be a, will it be a no? I don't like too many of these things in the same space. I'm going to move these over so we got that text breaking up. Because personally, too many icons gets confusing. And that means I can have that nice gap. In fact, no, the whole point of this is that it goes up to it. So I can, oh, is that one thing? No, it's not. Group it, one thing, and I go like this, and I go, give me equal space. Actually, I'll do that. Give me equal space. Perfect. Just a bit of breathing room between them. Perfect. Right. Concentration, oh no, concentration makes sense. You've got all of these things going on that you need to know how concentration works, and spell components. Yeah, no, I can see this information working together. Well, to be honest, actually, they all fit into the square. Right. So the people in my group, Atlanta and Ver, are going to be fighting wolves today as part of like an Arthurian knight kind of quest that they're going on, and I am very excited for that. Why you got to be like this? Because there's going to be a lot of imagery about, you know, their oaths and doing the right thing and how they treat one another, and I am all for it. It's all about morals and making sure that, are they really the good guys? Ooh, it's going to be delicious. I love conflict in storytelling. I think it's the best way to do it. Like all D&D games need conflict. It's the thing that gets them going. Oh, I do not like that. That, pet peeve, you get squished. And if that's too complicated, then you get unsmushed. You get expanded. So that you get at least a couple. No, it doesn't look right. Whinge. Okay, I'm going to make it a little bit more. And then I'm going to squish it. There we go. And then that means there's a little bit more space between them as well. So they're easier to see. Obscurement. That's a lot, Brian. Right. We could get making rulings as the game master could go there. I feel like that's a sufficiently good piece of information. That is, however, a lot of heavy text. If I list bullets, it might break it up a bit. Yeah. Maybe. And I just said I don't want these things next to each other because they just get too much in each other's face. But if I have making rulings as the game master there, and then I got the you got this, I want these to be together, but like that, and then I got these in here. Yeah, and then I can do that in there. It's not great, I'm not loving it. Not absolutely. Well, I could put the DOED logo in there as well. About 5 minutes left. Big stretch. Yeah, so that's just been me rearranging bits of the GM screen, really. Blech, cold coffee. It's big yuck. And the question is, how does this look good? Because I feel like it could be too much. Obviously, I need to fix some space issues like there. But I don't know. I feel like it breaks up enough if I get everything aligned and sort of looking in the right space. Because I don't want all of these being neatly the same, like aligned, because then it all bleeds. Having this sort of break makes it go like, that's sneak attack, that's concentration, that's spell components. Which is an important part of spellcasting. A lot of people forget that you have to have a spellcasting focus. Easy way to take out a spellcaster in a fight is just to get rid of their wand. Or their component pouch. Is to, like, mage hand, just grab it to physically grapple and take their wand from them to get a fighter over there and disarm them. Step on it, break it, specifically try to hit it with your sword. And then they can't use any spells that require material components because they don't have their pouch or their spellcasting focus, which severely restricts what they can cast. To be honest, we've got the ritual tag. I think we need the material tag, like R and M, for spells, about what you can and can't cast with your stuff. Same as taking a wizard's spellbook away from them. They can't prepare any more spells because they can only remember what they got. Yes, obscurement, getting an advantage and disadvantage, sneak attack, that sort of stuff. Making rulings is there to to help you remember just what your point and purpose as the GM is. Like, you're there to keep things flowing, and that you can go against the rules because ultimately you're the moderator. You're the person not in charge. That's the wrong way of putting it. You're not like a dictator, but you are a referee, and that's it. So, for example, like a specific rule overrides a general rule, and a situation goes over a general rule. Like, if you think it makes more sense to use a rule in a different way, then go for it. An aesthetic, like the idea of rule of cool, if it makes sense for that character and that tone and everything seems fine, then a rule that it just might not make sense. I mean, for example, you could say that you've got a warlock, you could use the warlock class, And you could call them a cleric, and they could be worshipping a god and all that stuff, but they're just using the warlock class. But you're reflavoring everything to be like, oh, this is their god. And then equally, you've got fun beats general, which is if you're having fun, then you're doing it right. And if everyone is enjoying it, that's fine. If everyone's not enjoying it, or if people are bored, then, think about it. I want that to be there, that motivational little message kind of pairing well. And I think with the fold, it could be nice. Right, so what I'm going to be doing is next time is moving this stuff over here. I think that's going to give a nice amount of space. Got a cute little NPC generator. You're just going to roll a d20, a d10, and d6, and that will give you a full character. I mean, I think I've got this in front of me somewhere. d20, that's not a d10, that's a d8. D8 twice. I'll roll a d12. Okay, 14. They are pliable. Their attitude towards the party is indifferent. And I got a 6, which is current mood is emotional. Someone who is pliable, emotional, and indifferent. This sounds like someone who's in distress in the street. Maybe they've had a really bad day. Maybe they're that goblin in the bar that's just lost everything, and they're just kind of drinking, and they just feel really sad, and that's why they're pliable. As a person, maybe they'd be taken advantage of. This sounds like a good quick quest generator. Next one. 20 is nosy. I'm going to re-roll this because I got 12 for the mood. 7. Bored. Nosy, bored, love it. Good combination. And a 5 is smug. Oof, this is your classic gossip. It character writes itself. They're nosy, but they're bored. They're nosy because they're bored, and they're bored because they're smug because they think they're better than everyone else, and there's no challenge, so they want to know what everyone else is doing. Love it. Neat. Well, it has been fun doing a little stream, and I hope this has all worked. We'll see how it uploads. This is just a quick trial before I do more serious live streaming. And I hope that you guys enjoy having a little ride along and a watch. Let me know if the sound is good, if the speed I talk at is okay, and what else you'd want to see me do. Because this has been fun. Cool. Well, I'm going to go. Have a lovely day. And it's not stop sharing.